talking about now is a recommendation to a committee that's making a recommendation in anticipation of reacting to the CAO's recommendation.
And, and also what's going to be presented to the mayor.
Correct. So the opportunity here is for us to get together with a starting point proposal.
We're going to be in council starting at 10 o'clock on Tuesday morning.
Twitter and Facebook, of course, are open 24 hours a day. So now that Doug Everhart has been delegated as our negotiating team.
All right. Let me talk about what comes next. I've been in business for 25 years, and most of that I have spent working with chambers of commerce, their government organizations, and all the rest of it. And that is how we need to approach this. We need to be seriously political, seriously organized, have positions that we support and that we can defend. Now, based on what I've heard at these meetings, what I've read on the website, looking at lots of Mike Cohen's videos for the stuff that I was on here for, what I'm proposing are the following positions, which are related to the 5 items that are on the agenda for the Education and Neighborhoods Committee on Tuesday at 3 o'clock in the City Council chamber at City Hall. That's the info you need to know if you want to come to the meeting. Okay? And you need to get emails and so on and so forth to people well before that. Okay, next slide. Item number 1, a motion relative to directing the City Administrative Officer to study with appropriate stakeholders the transfer of Department of Neighborhood Empowerment, the funding program. This is what deals with the future of the department. And these are the recommendations that I suggest we adopt. That we, first of all, support transferring funding to the nonprofit entity. That we support maintaining the department as a separate department and not merging it into the city clerk's office or CDD, and that we support transferring elections back to neighborhood councils. Right, next slide. Okay, next item on their agenda has to do with the rollover policy, and hopefully everybody can read this. I kind of hate to get up here and read PowerPoints, but this is the 1.6 million pot of money. That was what was in the Neighborhood Council Bank on June the 30th, 2009. Let's go through these. All right, next one. Okay, this is the bank card system converting to a demand warrant system. Oppose this recommendation. I mentioned the fact that cash advances are already gone, and that if we get into this thing of neighborhood council board members having to pay out for things and then seek reimbursement, it creates a lot more workload for the city controller and also particular hardship in low-income areas. Okay, next slide. Okay, number 4, consideration in Department of Neighborhood Policy, etc., to redefine allowable expenditure categories. This was done in the past. I don't know that it's going to be a huge problem. I'm assuming that things like with cash withdrawals at casinos will be something that won't be allowable. But that rather than just having the CAO and DUN, for instance, pick the categories and then say, here they are, my recommendation is that we make it real clear. First you talk to us. We'll come up with our list, and then we'll work from there. Okay, final slide. Okay, and this one is regarding the proposed 50% allocation reduction beginning next year, taking us from 45 to 22.5. And my point here is that A, we don't need to do it right now, and B, if there is ever a time for us to be funded with money that we can leverage, this is the time. Okay, I'm not going to get into specific numbers with them now. I don't think we need to. I think this is something going forward. All we need them to do is say, let's take this one and set it on the table. We've got time to work it out.
One of the things that I think is exciting is that after all this discussion, no matter how much all of us might want to tune this dial or whatever, what I'm seeing is consensus behind the plan. I heard Mr. Kim say he supports the plan.
Remember what you've heard here today. Ong Kim supported the plan that we talked about previously, which includes removing the funding process from the department. Think about your experience in dealing with the department and its inadequate resources. Okay? That's what's being sought here, is to fix that problem. It is probably not going to be fixed within the department.
Okay, so there are two proposals here. The first one is to support transferring the neighborhood council funding administration to a nonprofit. The second is to keep it within the city family, but in a different department. Controller's Office, Department of Finance and Animal Services, someone would take care of funding. So those are the two proposals. So ladies and gentlemen, the first proposal, if you raise your hand big and high, this is to support neighborhood council funding administration to a nonprofit such as Community Partners. Raise your hands. We're counting this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 in favor of moving it to
19.
19, Nina.
Anyone else?
19, 20, Mike.
21.
And 21, John. Okay, so that's 21 in favor of moving it to a nonprofit. Ladies and gentlemen, raise your hand if you're in favor of keeping neighborhood council funding within the city family to be determined the home where we reside. And we're counting again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh, what is that? So it's 21 to 20.
Just change it to explore the thesis.
Yeah, thank you. I was just going to say, why don't we just change it to explore? And
So,
are we good?
rollover. You want to give it up or keep it?
Keep
Keep it.
1 year.
Moving on.
Okay,
1 year.
I've got, we'll add 1 year rollover proposal.
Okay, the next
Okay,
one.
but before we're talking about the 1 million, so we want to definitely keep that, and we want to add the 1 year rollover.
Okay, moving on. Next recommendation. Eliminate the neighborhood council bank card system and convert to a demand warrant system. Oppose this one?
Yes.
Support the recommendation.
Support the recommendation to oppose the... Moving on.
Okay.
Evaluate, redefine allowable expenditures. Amend this recommendation so it's a neighborhood council representatives who are involved in setting up the budget. 50% cut. Everybody in favor of giving up your money?
Yeah.
No. All right, so we're opposed to giving up the money. That's easy. Is that number 5? That's number 5. So we have a team. We'll show up to support them. We're going to do 2 presentations. The first one's the plan. The second one is the 5 motions. We'll write hard language with recommendations and a call for specific instruction with exclamation marks.